League. I am Seamus Seamus Anderson, joined by Brian Crusader Kitten. How are you doing? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Seamus. Well, we are back into
Seamus, please.
We are back into the picks and bans here. It's Franklin High School versus Thomas S. Wootton.
Yep.
Thomas S. Wootton, as we just saw, picked up the win in game 1. And as you can see, the Twisted Fate ban.
That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, got to get that away from White. He just kind of went off in that game.
Surprisingly, we will see the Hecarim ban this game. So that was probably planned. They expected a Hecarim, and they used that composition to sort of counteract it. And I really want to give a shout out to RC because he's the person who does most of their pre-game planning. And it seemed to have been very, very effective in the last game. Let's see if they can do it again in game 2 and a Shen ban as well.
That's surprising. You take away both parts of the global comp. Usually you can just take away one and it's just not as bad. But they are just scared of global plays and we bang both of those out. And there is going to be an Elise. It was banned out last game. He's going to get through this game. And the thing is here, Infinity does have a history on Elise. Last season, it was his second most played. He told me about like 300 games with it.
It's been a while, though.
Yeah.
She's changed. Specifically, her E isn't as long. Like, he's definitely going to have, like, he's going to still have the muscle memory. He still know the basics. But he hasn't played her very much this season, so we'll see. Unless it was on a Smurf. I mean, that is entirely possible. Let's see how he does. It's definitely a champion that's in the meta, so it's not as if it's a surprising pick, but perhaps for this player, that's not something that we necessarily expected.
Yeah, though he will be picking this one up, and other bands coming in more than Italy, and actually 2 lock-ins really quickly here to White for the victor. And the silver for Positivity. Yep. Positivity, most played champion, or most played AD carry is the silver. And we're going to be seeing White on this victor. And as we said before, it's a contested pick between both these mid laners. So it being picked out for is definitely important here, as White has played it in the past 3 ranked games that Thomas S. Wootton has played as a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that Franklin were specifically trying to deny from White before, because it is such a huge carry threat, and this time he's going to get his hands on it. So I'm curious to see what Yami's going to play to sort of work together with that. I'm guessing it's going to be a very gank heavy. It might even be the Echo. It's still up, but for now, Franklin High School, they are taking their sweet time. They're hovering over the Nos, and the Kog'Maw. That could be a flex pick Kog'Maw. And interesting because Cetaran hasn't played that many tanks in general and not much Nautilus at all, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm curious to see if that is actually going to be a support Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus going to be locked in. Can we play top lane? But it's going to be a question here.
Fuchs he was played in mid lane too, in LPL.
Yeah. Fuchs doesn't really play like that kind of top laner. It's a very tanky, just kind of support top laner. He loves the carry top laners. That's why the Gnar and Hecarim banned out against him.
And the
Kog'Maw coming in here is really
pick
insane.
Too.
Yeah, so we have not seen it really coming out from Yawler, so they're just kind of pulling out some new stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see how they can play with it. Kog'Maw is definitely a strong champion though. AP Kog'Maw, AD Kog'Maw, either way. And with the Nautilus already locked in, that's going to be a strong front line. Wow.
We saw banned out last game. Leona locked in though as well. White's played it before once in his last 2 ranked games, in the last ranked team games. But Leona coming out is just such an interesting pick here for Busted Dice. We're going to be seeing the Fizz as well. And the question is, where is that going? It could go, I mean, obviously.
It's a jungle Fizz.
Top, yeah, or it's the jungle.
I think it's a jungle Fizz.
Yami's pocket pick.
Absolutely. He's played it 115 games in solo queue. And he likes playing those kinds of really annoying junglers. That being said, it's not going to have very much crowd control. Like, this is assuming it's jungle. I'm pretty confident it's jungle, especially because RC doesn't really play and there's nowhere else it could go. On the other side, though, Franklin hovering over the Kalista. And do they want to give Submit Kalista? He has played her quite a bit.
Yeah, Submit, that's his most played champion in solo queue. Going to be picking the Aurelia up for Fuchs. That's his 3rd most played in solo queue. And so obviously champions are familiar with, mixed in with some new picks.
And pretty remarkable too. 78 games Submit has played so far in this Kalista. 67% win rate. At Diamond 1. And Kallista's one of those champions that even if your entire team is doing poorly, get on my back, guys, even after the nerfs. So I'm curious to see how Wootton play against this. They do have a decent amount of crowd control on their team. However, none of it so far has been point and click. It's all going to be skill shot based. So slowing down Kallista and even Aurelia might be a problem. And also because we do know that's Kallista, this is an AP mid Kog'Maw. Tons of damage from Franklin's team.
Yeah, for sure. Thomas Wootton now on their last pick. It's going to be RC's top lane champion. What do you think we're going to be seeing here? Make your guess soon. It's 10 seconds.
That's too much pressure.
Hurry up.
Maokai.
Okay. Actually, looks like he may have a bit of an issue here with players raising their hands, so...
I think RC's probably asking why Shen is banned.
You can see Annie locked in.
Whoa.
So...
It's not going to be Annie is what we're hearing from our producers. How would that work with this comp? Would Annie mid? Oh, actually, no. That wouldn't work. Anyway, it's not Annie. No point in speculating. Jungle Annie. It's not going to be Jungle Annie. But, so I'm curious to see. We're probably just going to remake the lobby. We do see positivity. He's like to have a word with the refs. So we should get back in just a few moments, guys. But from what we've seen so far, on Franklin's composition, that is going to be the 5 they have. They have the front line of Nautilus. They're going to have Elise Aurelia, sort of pseudo frontline, pseudo assassin. And then they also have huge damage threats in Kallista and the AP Kog'Maw mid lane.
Yeah, but going back for the top lane pick, because now we have more time to talk about that. Because Thomas has been pick for RC.
Not Annie.
Not Annie.
Not Annie.
Okay, well, not Urgot. Let's keep going. You want to go down the list of 120-something champions?
Not Aatrox. Not Annie. Not Ari.
Okay.
What's the next A champion? Not a Mumu. Not Blitzcrank. Anivia. Dang, there's a lot of A champions.
There's a lot of champions.
Yeah.
Azir?
Azir. Wow. That's like, okay, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. There's like 120 champions total. That's like 9 or 10 A champions. Divide that. That's like 1 in 12 champions start with A. That's a lot.
Yeah, but there's more skins.
Than champions?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with champions that start with the letter A?
Oh, no, I just thought we were talking about numbers.
Yeah, I like numbers. Speaking of numbers, more numbers for you guys. Fizz Jungle, Yami has played it in Master Tier 150 times, but the thing is he has a 50% win rate, and a Fizz... I was going to make a really bad Fizzle pun, but I stopped myself. Anyway, a Fizz is definitely going to have a problem if it doesn't snowball and work together with heavy crowd control lanes. What's nice is they do have that Busted Ice on Leona, so that's going to be a large amount of crowd control. So I'd probably expect to see a couple of ganks there.
Yeah, well, going back to speaking about numbers, 80 is a number that follows the letters GT in the MSI GT8 Titan laptops. They are the first laptops designed with an integrated mechanical keyboard, which MSI has graciously provided us for the players to use. Looks like that we are going to be going back into the picks and bans, so probably just be seeing some rapid fire.
Those are really cool laptops.
Yeah, they have like SLI. It's like it's better than my desktop. I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think everything is the same. The only difference is what's going to be top, and we still don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know. RC's played a lot of Rumble in solo queue, but the thing is, he's said that he wants to play tanks for his team and let White carry. He's played a lot of Aurelia, but Aurelia's on the enemy team. He's also played Sion and Lulu quite a bit.
Solo queue, yeah.
So maybe it's one of those two. Lulu would definitely be a great supportive champion, and Sion would be a fantastic tank. However, if you do go with Lulu, the only real tank you have is Leona, and that's a support. So do you actually do that?
Well, the last thing he played in ranked teams was Renekton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He played 2 Renekton games from what I have here.
Do you go with only 2 games of Renekton into the semifinals?
Oh, hey, it's Maokai.
I was right.
Whoa!
Dude.
Good job. Congratulations.
Yeah. Not gonna brag. Anyway.
Maokai gonna be coming in.
That's super good tank. Yeah. Exactly what we expected.
What you need. I mean, Righteous Glory, Silver Ultimate. That's huge.
Yeah. They not only do they have a lot of engage and chase down with Sivir, Leona, Maokai. They also have a ton of zone control. Victor, one of the best zoning champions. Maokai, one of the best zoning champions. In League of Legends, basically, if your champion has a circle of damage and AoE, that's a good champion in team fights and zone control. And like the majority of Thomas Wootton are going to be able to do so. So I really think they're going to have strong dragon control. That being said, Franklin has a ton of good skirmish potential, and once we do get into the late game, they have that AP Kog'Maw who's going to be huge. Yeah,
the last game was telling Thomas that we're going to be looking for their team fights here. It's such, like, just a well-played game coming out from them here. So we do have, as you can see, Franklin up, getting ready to get into this. They're trying to make it over to the finals. It's 1-0 for Wootton, so this is their last chance to stay in this match.
Yeah. This is definitely do or die since it is only a best of 3. And considering the head-to-head of these players, I don't think anyone really would have expected a clean 2-0, especially not, like, I'd be very surprised if we saw as much of a dominating performance in this second game from Wootton, because last game they really took it to Franklin.
Yeah, for sure. That was just really surprising coming out from them. So it looks like we have possibly another issue, or we're just loading in.
Or maybe the camera just wants to...
Or maybe, yeah, we're loading in, so...
Yeah.
More of us.
Anyway. All right, level 1 starts. You have a Leona on your squad. You're up against an Elise, though.
You got that boomerang blade before you even appeared. That's like true, like, skill.
If boomerangs before anyone has spawned, is the boomerang actually really there?
Well, we saw it, so we know.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it?
We saw it, so we know.
Do we, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, going to be getting in onto the Rift, guys. It is the High School Star League of Legends Grand Finals event. It is our second semifinals. Franklin versus Wootton. We're here brought to you in part by our friends at Twitch, Newegg, and MSI. And we're going to be seeing a regular line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's... Both teams have a couple of things going for them as far as level 1 is concerned. The Victor laser is pretty strong. The Leona stun is pretty strong. Kog'Maw and Elise also no slouches 1v1. And, I mean, we've seen every game so far. Teams just play very cautiously early games, so probably nothing too surprising. But I do think that Yami should be abused by Infinity Death. And Elise is definitely going to be able to win in 1v1 against Fizz until a long time into the game. But we actually see Yami put the ward, so he'll know whether or not Infinity Death does start with the blue buff. And Yami is actually going to start on the opposite side of the jungle. So he might go to gank that bot lane.
Minions have spawned.
For sure. We'll see what Infinity Dust does. Last game, Yami did have the first gank coming out. I thought it was going to be Infinity Dust, but I was wrong. We're going to see how Yami does, of course. Infinity Dust, though, I mean, ganking Kalista Nautilus. I mean, just ganking a Nautilus thing in general is going to be very fun.
Yeah, not really.
Well, I mean, ganking for the Nautilus thing.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, you're right. Yeah, that's...
Lots of CC, lots of lockdown.
Plus Kalista, yeah, you're right.
Kalista,
the thing is, onto the best way to make that gank happen, though, is we do see, you know, standard top and jungle start. You have to bait out the Leona. You have to bait the Leona engage. She's a champion who is incredibly good at one thing and one thing only, being a tanky initiator. The moment she lands the Zenith Blade and goes in, if it's actually a 2v3 fight and Infinity Dust does manage to come and gank, then they will definitely go down. But initially, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, hitting level 2 should be pretty big for both of these dual lanes here, and that's actually looking like it may be really close for that. But level 2 is like pretty strong. I mean, in all bottom lanes actually hit at the same time, but Zenith Blade will not connect.
That was really close. Really I feel like a couple of patches ago, the Zenith Blade, the width of the hitbox was recently changed, and perhaps at another patch that might have been able to land. For now, though, we do see the mid lane a bit white on this Victor. Interesting that he chose to go with Cleanse. That was a bit of an issue, I think, last game, was that we saw Yar decide to go for Ghost instead of Cleanse. And that's not an incredibly safe choice. Oh, man.
Infinity that's going to be looking for the first gank of the game here. He can knock the stun onto White. He does jump in onto him. The repel going to be used to get away.
Yep.
Which is probably the better play.
Well, what's nice is now this AP Kog'Maw is going to have a very easy lane phase until White recalls. He had a couple of potions ticking, so he might decide to stay, but Yard still has flask charges as well as the potion. You know, sometimes an effective gank isn't even blowing an enemy summoner. An effective gank is giving pressure to your losing lane, so that way it can come and turn around and win the lane.
It was interesting here seeing the change in summoner spells. White, this time he's on the Victor. He goes for a flash and a cleanse, unlike Yawer, who went with flash and ghost.
Yeah, and you wonder if last game, if Yar had ways to deal with that crowd control, if that would have been better for him in general. And if you look on the side of Franklin, they have the Aurelia stun, they have the Elise stun, they have the Callista slow, they have the Kog'Maw slow, and Nautilus. Everything can potentially be
Speaking of Nautilus, Busted Ice actually wants to turn this one around. Exhaust being thrown onto both ADKs, but Submit is going down low. Heals coming in. Submit trying to get away, but they are right on his heels. He is still able to survive. Busted Ice actually going low. And Zaterran is trying to flash in. He gets the first blood. Franklin High School turning it around. Positivity gonna go low as well. There's a spell shit on the dredge line, but the goal was got in. Busted Ice goes down. First blood for Franklin.
That was a really, really close fight. Submit was taken super low, and Busted Ice and Positivity decided not to flash for it and tried to just disengage. But we did see the first blood onto Nautilus. Isn't going to be a huge deal, but the fact that now Callista, Submit, he's got the assist, and he's also starting to get a bit of CS lead is going to be very nice for Franklin's bot lane.
Yeah, and something I want to point out there, Positivity, that spell shield on the Dredge line, we've seen some pretty impressive spell shields from him so far. And
oh man,
may need another one to get out here.
We'll need to see it again.
Submit. Yeah, there he goes. He cannot get away though. He gets a spell shield though on the passive. He's forced to flash, and Busted Ice has to back up.
That was such an excellent Dredge line. Through the minions, no way that he knew it was coming in, and gets the flash out. Franklin's bot lane off to a fantastic start, and Yami, we see him being bullied out by Infinity Death as well. This is looking much better for Franklin so far in this early game.
Yeah, it's just the aggression coming out from this Nautilus Ballista. Really working out into their favor. So already, first blood coming out. Less than 5 minutes, and unlike a 10-minute first blood.
Yeah, that's the first time actually so far we've seen a kill within 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm glad.
Me too.
I'm excited too. Anyway, we have...
I think the goddess picked up here for Yawer.
And boots. Interesting that he decided... I don't know if he had enough gold. Or if he decided to buy boots instead of Amtone or anything else. It is really nice to have boots when you're up against a champion like Victor, because Victor is going to be doing a lot of damage, and he's also going to be chasing you around and just trying to annoy the crap out of you. And as an immobile champion like Kog'Maw, definitely a good pickup.
First blood picked up here for Zaterran. He does get some extra gold, so he has a Sightstone finished up, and he has the boots.
And
well, also a good pickup for him.
Yeah, it was. The Sightstone is not going to be completed for Busted Ice, and he's going to have to work on it a bit. We do see Submit harassing Positivity. Just a little. For now, though, he's going to be okay farming under turret. Sivir, oh, we actually missed both of those. Sivir is definitely a champion that's pretty good at farming under turret, especially when you have Busted Ice, who's building into Targons. Yeah. But for now, Submit and Zaterran, you can see the pressure they have. It's very risky for Positivity and Busted Ice. Actually, Zaterran, he backed off a little bit. I feel like they might, Zaterran might be able to play a little more aggressively, but they don't have damage control. I don't know. We see Infinity Death in the area. Perhaps they're looking for him to gank that.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many ganks that really have amounted to too much just yet. We've seen Infinity Death like kind of the first attempted one. We're going to see though, yet again, action in this bottom lane. It's a Dredge line down to Busted Dice here, and they just go for damage. Going to be continuing for this one. And we do just have a little bit of action coming out, not too much though. And it's just been really passive after that first blood. Junglers, as I was saying, haven't really gone for any of these ganks yet. We are just seeing a lot of CS farm coming out from them, both going for these Stalker's Blades. Well, we might be seeing some action down in this bottom lane here. So we're talking about item buys coming in here. RC has picked up the Callus of the Protector has, of course, the Righteous Glory coming up as we are talking about in Champions, like such a strong item to combine with the Sivir.
So yeah, let's see what these players decide to do. The gold is actually pretty much even. Yami, he has gotten 6 without too much trouble.
Are around.
They do see Yami, and they don't see Infinity Death. We see him though. The question is, do they go for the fight? We haven't talked about this top lane so far, but RC, he's starting to fall behind, and that is not something you want against a potential carry threat like Aurelia.
Yeah, for sure. Aurelia already has the Phage finished up here. Maokai is just going to have to that take, but hold up. Here comes the gank. Here comes the teleport coming in from behind as well, though. Fuchs is going to be jumping down, and he wants to pick somebody up here. Busta Dice going to get stunned up. That is going to be him going down. Franklin High School pick up their 2nd kill of the game.
And speaking of carry Aurelias, you do not want that to happen either. RC did not even reply with the teleport at all, and we saw a couple of missed skill shots from both sides. This is now the first dragon over for Franklin. They've got a small goal lead, but it's a significant one. And they might be looking for more.
Fate's Call going on, the positivity spell show going to be coming off, but it cannot stop 2 abilities. There is going to be the lockdown. Flash coming out to Terran, able to survive, and Infinity Dust with the kill. 3-0 on the board for Franklin.
3-0 indeed. They have definitely looked like they've made some adjustments in this game too. And the way they picked their picks and bans, and also just the way they've executed their team play. They have a lot of really strong late game threats, and they have this goal lead. Actually, the goal lead's going to be about even now since RC did decide to stay top. But the thing is, with this teleport advantage, RC's definitely going to have to make a play so that way he can help Wootton sort of come back, because his bot lane is in a very bad spot.
Yeah, for sure. So, once again, Franklin picking up the first dragon of the game. Last game, they did get the first 2. So, I mean, they showed that they were able to, take these objectives, but towers were definitely not going in their favor. We did see the first one of the game going over the Wootton. But Franklin High School definitely holding this early advantage here.
Yeah, 3 kills to 0. First dragon, all the objectives in pretty much, or I guess the dragon objective. Wootton did pick up the first turret. They shouldn't really have a big problem forcing fights in their winning lanes now and picking up turrets for themselves. Oh, Yami's going to catch Terran.
So Terran out, but the Terran can just jump away then. Possibly, I mean, could have had someone engage with him. So kind of a dangerous spot here for Yami. He's going for an aggressive play. Hasn't really been able to do too much for his team here, though, and he's going to be sticking inside. And possibly looking to get a gank from behind onto Yahweh. They just jump in. Chaos Storm going to be coming out. So much damage. There's a chum in the waters. That's the kill. Yami with it. And they take little to no damage from that tower. And that's the first kill on the board for Wootton.
Perhaps shades of this first game when the combo of Yami and White was just too much for Franklin. That is now going to give them the gold lead, however small, but for the first time this game. And they're going to try and go on Infinity Death here. I don't think so. They don't have to put many wards, or excuse me, minions. Oh, Aurelia's coming. This could be a fight.
Yeah, coming into the middle lane. We're going to be having Busted Dice here as well. Teleport coming out from behind, though. It's Artsy. And can they get in solo fight? Will be dropped. Fuchs is caught up in the stun. Yami with another kill. And there's one as well for Artsy. So Terran going to get bursted down here, or actually just slowly destroyed. That is a double kill for RC, and Wootton are taking this game back.
Wootton taking this game back with force. You know, we saw Fuchs, he was walking into the mid lane, but RC was like, hey man, I still got my teleport and I got my Righteous Glory.
Wootton will be taking a tower here. That is their 2nd of the game. And looks like we will be seeing them back away after those kills coming through. Really well played coming out.
This is really good for them. And we will go to a replay. So let's just see here. Fuchs is going to go on to Yami. And they get him low, but that's a fizz, man. Pretty hard to kill. Of course, the teleport coming in, the Righteous Glory just to get the chase. And they just boom squad them to death. The team play has just been so good from Wootton.
Yeah, 2 kills going over there for that top lane. RC definitely needed those, and it's going to be such a strong tank here. Frozen Heart going to be starting to build up here. Franklin, though, pick up their first tower of the game, thankfully, much earlier in this game, 18 minutes in here, and goal is basically neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it for the past 13 minutes that the goal has been going this way, this way, this way, this way. There is still a lot of League of Legends to be played for both sides. Yami he's started, he was a little bit slower in the early game, but he's starting to definitely be a threat, has 2 kills of his own, as well as the 1 assist, and of course White with that 4 kill participation for all the kills they've had so far. A little less than 2 minutes for the next dragon, and I really think that's going to be the next point of contention. Before then, however, Submit really wants to complete his Blade of the Rune King, and I'm pretty sure he has the gold for it. So, let's see, item spec is going to be really important. Yar, he's getting close to completing his Ludens as well. He might not get the boots in time for the dragon fight, but before any real fight happens, for Franklin at least, they're going to want to hold back for a moment.
On a focus around this mid lane, Fugues teleport just about to come up here, but it's going to be Thomas that's looking to put down some pressure, and they get over the wall, down onto Sam. There's the stun coming in. There's so much damage. Face call could be coming out, but the solar flare comes through. RC is on a killing spree now. He picks up 1. There's going to be 1 coming out for White as well. So 2 kills going to be coming out here for Thomas S. Wootton, but so much pressure coming out and so much engage coming in.
The early rush Righteous Glory plus the Sivir. You have champions like Aurelia, Nautilus, and Elise, but none of those are good at disengaging. When Wootton wants to fight, they absolutely can, and they want to fight!
Here we go once again. Positivity picks up the first kill of that one, taking down Yara as they dive under that tower, but Yara finds the kill onto Yami with the Cathian surprise. White turns it around. Fugues barely lives there.
Bit of an overextension there, but they still pick up another kill. That being said, though, 30 seconds and they're all recalled. I think Franklin might be able to get Dragon if they know that it's not warded, but they just suffered a couple of casualties. They definitely want to play it safe. But man, Wootton has really turned it up to 11.
Yeah, such an aggressive game coming in here. 15 minutes in, and we have 12 kills down on the board. Wootton, though, definitely coming out on top, finally getting a kill over for Positivity. 3 kills now onto RC. Dragon is just about to spawn, and both teams are headed that way.
Yeah, and for Franklin at this point, a pure team fight is not in their favor. There's simply so much AoE from Wootton coming out that they'd rather have skirmishes. So maybe the best choice would instead to have like a split push and stuff. I really don't think they should fight this dragon. I really don't know if they're going to win the team fight.
Going to be seeing Aurelia going to go in onto Busted Dice here. He's going to get hurt, and there's the Judge Line coming through. He will be taking down Fugues with the kill, but from behind it's RC and White. They jump in though. They're fighting inside of the Vengeful Maelstrom. Yara getting bursted down. Yami coming in with the kills, and Terran falls as well. RC on a rampage as he picks up his 4th kill of the game. It's 2-1. White, he's still alive somehow, and he's able to get away. Positivity takes down Yara off screen, and RC is just fighting off Infinity Dust and Fugues. What a crazy fight coming in all across the map right now.
Even if you make a catch onto Thomas S. Wootton, we saw
on the hunt, not even use that. He's going to use it now. Positivity trying to go in here. Fugues is trying to chase after him, but Yami is here to pick up the kill. Infinity that's going to be going down low as well, and this may just be an extended ace here. A double kill for Yami. Kills continue to pour in for Wootton.
A catch onto Busted Ice ended up still working in Wootton's favor. Nice solar flare right before he died that let the rest of them get into position, and White was caught out for a moment, but he did manage to cleanse and flash away, and they turned the fight around. Now they're up 5,000 gold. They have their first dragon, and Crusader Kitten, Thomas S. Wootton are looking to 2-0 Franklin in the semifinals of the High School Star League.
Yeah, coming in here to this game so strong, bit of a back and forth, but here we are seeing a pretty substantial goal lead, 5,000 gold now. 17 minutes in with twice the kills, and really on some interesting people here, not onto the Victor, but onto this jungle Fizz coming out from Yami, as well as the top lane Malachi from RC.
Yeah, I mean, Wootton has 3 members that have been involved in 10 kills out of the 12 that they had. Out of all the teams in the HSL, they've definitely had the best average kill participation.
Yeah.
And that is something that, you know, teams of solo queue stars sometimes don't even have. This sort of level of communication and coordination. And if Wootton make it to the finals, it's definitely something Temple City are going to have to be afraid of.
Yep, so we'll be seeing Franklin High School where they want to go. They pick up that tower. We are going to see, though, jumping in here onto White. He throws down, though, the gravity field. He may be able to get away, but no, he gets caught in the dredge line. There he comes with the damage. Fuchs does pick up the kill onto White.
No
Teleport coming in from RC right into the middle of the team. He gets out to Infinity. That Sivir, where is he? There he is. Positivity going to be jumping in here. Submit. There he is going down. RC with the kill. Yama going to be going down as well. Yami finds that one on the hunt. Used to chase down Infinity Dash. Repel coming in, but he cannot escape here. It is a double kill for Yami. 7-2-7 on this Fizz.
Franklin tried to do, I mean, watch, they catch the Victor, they catch the carry, but the thing is, Wootton has so many carries. White managed to get this done, and managed to do a decent amount of damage, and then comes Yami. We don't even see positivity at this point, but the Maokai is too strong. Just the entire team for Wootton is too strong. Fantastic exhaust on the submit made him absolutely useless in getting caught out there. And then Yami, of course, on this Fizz has gone absolutely like on a freaking rampage. I think he's like 6-2-6 or something. We're about to see that. Easy kill here, and
they go for the Victor, but I mean the opponent are really scared of is that Fizz.
7-2-7, full damage, jungle Fizz.
So it looks like they weren't able to take any objectives off of that fight, though.
No, it doesn't seem to be the case, but they're definitely going to be very strong for any new objective battles. Baron is up in 20 seconds, but I don't really think that's what they're going to go for. However, there are still a couple of structures to be taken. Actually, bot outer hasn't even been dropped, and at this point in the game, that is something that Thomas Wootton could very easily pick up.
Yeah, so we are seeing Poison Hardy finished up here for RC. Only one item finished up for Fuchs. It's at Trinity Force, and this frontline tank of a Maokai really doing work here. RC has actually gone deathless so far. Really impressive coming out from him. I think a few members from Thomas's room went deathless as well in the last game. And they're just showing, it's coming up with a great showing. That bottom lane tower that you mentioned looks like it is, it's gone.
Yeah. It's just so hard to kill anyone on Wootton right now. You can't kill, unless you catch him alone.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to catch him, though. It is going to be like the two tanks in that area,
They did get flash, though.
Yeah. I see though on the hunt coming in here onto the bottom lane. It's 3 members down onto Fuchs. He's gonna go down. Positivity with the kill. 3 members easily take one down. They're gonna be pushing down this middle lane. Is Franklin High School.
Thomas Wootton
down in the bottom lane. And yeah, Franklin High School are just pushing it onto these towers. From behind, it's gonna be RC, but what can he really do? There's the engage coming out on the dredge line. RC has to try to run away from this one. He is so tanky, but the CC coming through, trying to get away. The depth charge does land finally, and he is going to get taken out. Fate's Call being used to get yet another knockup, and they chase him all the way halfway down that lane. But they will finally shut down RC, and that's his first death of the game.
Yeah, that is the shutdown. They do see White here, but he's probably not going to be able to pick anything up. Oh, very, very close. That was a bit of a mistake from Wootton, though, to go for that sort of awkward base race when they didn't have minions.
Well, they ran like 3 members down middle.
They ran 4. Busted Dice was going that way, too. Busted Dice wasn't there for the die, but he was headed that direction. So definitely questionable, but
yeah, and
not questionable enough to be a significant throw.
The team's basically treated even there. 2 towers in middle, 2 towers in bot. And, I mean, Wootton doesn't want even. They want to have the advantage, keep that pressure going.
And, I mean, theoretically, there's more value in having your mid-turret. So, like, in any situation, if you trade 2 turrets, you'd rather have the enemy mid-turrets down. Plus, they also got a shutdown. So that actually will let Franklin come a little bit closer and close in this gap. But it's not a significant amount, man. I mean, there's still 7,000 gold lead, 22 minutes in. That's like 2 full items or a bunch of pieces of items for the entire team. We could probably take a look at this gold, and I especially think between the junglers, Yami is probably going to be sitting on a significant amount of gold over. Yeah, you can tell 2,600 gold over in the mid lane as well, like 17,000.
Everyone is ahead.
Yeah, by significant amount.
Somehow support isn't pretty strange. Busty Dice is below gold count against Terran. Not too sure how that happened.
How? Well, anyway. Oh, I mean, he's been caught out a couple of times.
Well, anyway, it's kind of the rest of the team that matters more. I mean, the majority there, well, really heading gold.
Yeah, like the team in the pre-game interviews, they definitely said like Busted Ice has been their newest player, and as he is a sub, you know, he might not be gelling as well. That being said, though, he's played consistent enough, and even when he has been caught out, he's gotten some pretty nice solar flares.
Yeah, he's also Korean, so that's always a plus.
Okay, so second dragon has been taken by Thomas S. Wootton.
Yep.
They are still looking very strong. Infinity Edge as well as Phantom Dancer completed. I'm curious, Shader Kid, and whether or not Korean imports at the high school level is actually a significant topic of discussion. So instead, I'd rather just talk about other objectives, such as this Baron, that I don't think Wootton are going to start here, but
Baron bait
they
once again?
might. I don't think so. Nah, don't do it. All right, they're not.
They're going top.
Yep.
But
that's the last out of
High School is going mid. Once again. They're just like, if
will they never
down,
learn?
Nexus will win.
Yeah, okay, they've learned.
Franklin High School with the game plan. Going to be rushing down middle. Thomas, that's who we know, going to be looking to get back to defend the base here. And I mean, in the straight up fight, we pretty much know Franklin High School going to have a very difficult time winning one. But they're going to be sieging down on this tower. Look at the damage on the submit coming off from White. Luden's Echo Void Slam picked up here. And with submit down to below half health, they have to back away.
Yeah, we did see Yami. He actually stopped his split push as well. I'm curious. I was curious. He probably could 1v1 anyone in Franklin, so having him split might be an appropriate suggestion for their team. For now, though, they will have vision control of this Baron. We did see them have an excellent Baron-based last game. Will they do so again? They're trying to, but this is going to be spotted out. They do have a sweep.
On top of a ward, but they want to go in here. Here comes the Righteous Glory and the On the Hunt. Jumping it onto Infinity. He's going to go Yara going to burst it on the side, though. Here's a Chaos Storm. It's following. Busted Dice going to be jumping in White with 1 kill. There's a double kill coming off for Busted Dice. They just blew up the members of Franklin High School. Yami is dominating 4 for none. Thomas S. Wootton going to be pushing down this inhibitor.
Without any disengage, Franklin are absolutely at the whim of Wootton and their positioning. And you saw, even if Wootton is near the Baron, they can go all the way down to like the inner turret in the mid lane and chase you and kill you. That was a clean 4 for 0. We're going to get the replay showing. I mean, there's movement speed, man. Look.
Yeah,
like,
look at that
what are you going to do?
Right in onto that backline. Yawar getting bursted down as well.
And we also, White did a ton of damage. He flashed out, but then Busted Ice was like, no problem, bro. I got you.
Yeah, he's slowly showing up. He's going to get some extra gold from that.
Right. He was feeling bad about us, like, lowering his value. So he's like, guys, support carry. Ooh, man.
He has
Wait, White is here.
White is inside, but he does not want to help out this this friend here. Gonna leave him to die.
Scumbag. No, he's not gonna die.
And these guys are childhood friends, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. After that, maybe that friendship is over. That was pretty brutal. He didn't have.
We got this.
He had a lot of gold though, and he was also low. But I felt like they might have been able to turn. Now, Franklin, they're trying to find a way back in this game. This is going to be
a the solo flare down onto 2, and then the full chum the water is following up to Terra to get bursted down. There's a Chaos Storm. So much damage. White picks up 1. Fugue's going to go down low. Yami is he able to survive, and that's a kill for Positivity. Infinity is trying to run away with a flash in, and that will be a double kill. 4 members down once again. Submit getting chased in. That is the ace. Wootton High School just like that. Takedown 5 for nothing.
Crusader Kitten, where did that come from? There was no blue trinket. There was a pink ward for Franklin. Who just randomly solar flares? What? That was a total guess.
Gonna be pushing down. There's no one here for Franklin. This is the game.
What?
Wootton High School gonna be Letsuo Franklin, and they will be going to the High School Sterling 2015 season championships.
Really? That was it? I mean, someone please tell me that there was vision there.
Just like that.
What?
It's Wootton High School into the finals.
Minutes. That was insane. They just guessed. Like, they won that entire game off of a guess. That is so ballsy and so awesome.
And it's going to be a great grand finals that we're going to see. It's a best of 5 coming tomorrow. It will be Temple City versus Wootton. That's starting at 5 p.m. PDT, of course. Before that, we have League Constellations.
Yeah, 3rd place match.
You okay?
No, I'm actually like, wow. That was so cool. But 3rd place match tomorrow is going to be between Franklin and between
Forest Park.
Forest Park.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's at 10 a.m. PDT. Following that will be our StarCraft 2 finals and our Hearthstone finals. And of course, League of Legends Grand Finals. You can find all that information down below the Twitch player on our website 2015 on hsl.com or on our Leaguepedia page.
Yeah, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's it from us for now.
Yeah, we're going to be sending it over to the stage for an interview soon where Avali is going to talk to the second finalist team. In a bit.
But before then...
Yeah, before then, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsors, of course. Where you're watching us right now, it's Twitch TV helping us put on this event, of course, followed by Newegg, MSI, Rockcat, who is, you can visit them at rockcat.org to shop for their top-tier gaming peripherals.
Yeah.
Also, Jinx Apparel, we can get geared up in high-quality apparel/clothing for your favorite game. Loot Crate, where you can get a lot of cool trinkets delivered to you to your door every month. TESPA, which is the largest collegiate organization in gaming and esports, and the LA County Parks and Recreation Division, of course, for giving us this wonderful venue, Rolling Heights Community Center. So it looks like...
Yeah, so also shout outs, of course, to all the viewers and people back at home, and of course the players. And speaking of the players, we're going to go to the stage where we have an interview with Wootton, fresh off their win.
Yep, so over to you, Avali.
Hello, everyone. I am here with the 80 carry, Matt Positivity Yang. All right, that last team fight was crazy. What was going through your head?
Well, we were really far ahead, and Andy got a really good TP behind them, so I just knew we won the game.